Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at The Brave and the Bold, issue 2. This is of course a Batman and Wonder Woman miniseries from 2018. Written and drawn by Liam Sharp. Colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr. Letters by ALW's Troy Petrie. This picks up where we left off with Princess Diana trying to peace between two warring factions. She uses the magic lasso on this boy Donald that is accused of the murder, but nobody believes him because charms and glamours are very common in a land full of ancient gods. While the king lays dead, the factions are even closer to going to war. But in Gotham's Irish Quarter, we have this crazy guy who is collecting little bits of trinkets for some reason to some sort of device. They were found in people's pockets and drinks and things like that over the years. He doesn't know what they're for, but he doesn't seem to really care too much about that. He's more interested in finding a way in. Meanwhile, Batman is ensorcelled by strange magics to see part of the shared delusion that the other people around him are. And we're seeing all these horrific creatures and things climbing on him and around him. But thankfully Alfred is there to kind of talk him out of it, talk him down, and get him to focus so that he can make his way to the outside of the perimeter of this spell. Then we get a little bit of history about what's going on between the two sides in Tir na Nog. We get the Daydanan side and we got the Formore side, and they don't like each other very much, and they come to a little bit of a scuffle. One guy gets punched and then he pulls a knife, but Wonder Woman breaks it up. They don't seem to particularly care for her presence. She tries to explain to them that the world outside has changed dramatically. They're not really seeming to buy that. She knows somebody that can help solve this mystery of who killed the king, and he happens to be a knight. A dark knight. Meanwhile, back in the Irish Quarter, a doorway does open up for that crazy old guy, so he clearly plays a part in this. Batman and Alfred are talking, and Batman's trying to figure out, a little bit about magic. It's a little bit of a fluffy part, but then Diana shows up to recruit him to help solve this murder mystery. So we're really going to get into it next issue, which I'm really excited about. This was a good issue. There were parts that were a bit slow for me, especially the whole thing about Batman and Alfred talking about magic. Yeah, it was a little boring, but it only lasted for a few pages, so I wasn't too upset. Now, overall, really like the art. I think Liam Sharp is a very talented individual. I like the first issue a little bit better, but I'm thinking it's going to really pick up next issue. I'm excited to pick that up because this is a very well done book. It's well worth the $3.99, and I think if you haven't picked up 1 and 2, I highly recommend them. I'm real intrigued to see where this goes, and so far it's not a letdown at all. This one was a little bit slower paced, but that's okay. They're building up to something else. I cannot recommend this enough. If you get a chance to pick it up, please do so. That's really about all I've got today. As always, thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel, and we hope to see you on the next episode.